Hello, I'm Bill Gaston, author of Tunnel Island, and I'd like to thank Shelf Life Books for featuring my new book for May Short Story Month. I'd like to read a little bit from Tunnel Island, but first I wanted to say I'm excited about the book because it's the first time I've written linked stories. And I've always loved linked stories for the same reason I love novels, in that you get to know characters better and make deeper friends, deeper enemies. So the book gets more meaningful as you go along. So I'm going to introduce one character here, Jack. He's one of the main characters who repeats in several of the stories. And his love, Mona, from the first story called The Caretaker. Jack met her over pints of draft beer at the Ark. Mona, who would shove him into lifelong trouble. That's how he saw it anyway. You need someone to share the blame, otherwise yours is a loneliness absolute. Maybe it was fated. Though Mona would tread on his already injured life, it began as a beautiful romance. Orphan's Night, held between Mother's and Father's Day, its one requirement for attendance, 2 dead parents, had begun as a cynical joke, but for some reason always packed the place. Jack wandered with his mug of beer, hunting for an empty chair, then found himself in the spotlight when sassy Renee looked up from his table's sudden quiet. "Jack, okay, so we just decided you look like you sleep in your clothes." Jack knew they were only having fun, smiling as a group as he stood there with his mug. He shrugged, and they erupted with, "It's true," and "You really sort of do." Like Renee, these people were acquaintances rather than friends. The woman with the empty chair beside her he didn't know at all, though it didn't stop her from smiling up at him and saying, "And when you put on something new, it looks like you're going to sleep in it." Jack plopped down beside her and said, "I sleep in my clothes all day long." Everyone else turned to other things, but beside him, this woman he didn't know did something extraordinary. He had assumed she was with the woman on the other side of her, Marky, because of the way they'd been leaning in at each other, talking. What the woman did was lay a calm hand onto his thigh and squeeze in sympathy and humor and sex all at once. Her not looking at him while doing it let him feel it more. Thanks.